Hello everyone, I'm Thomas. I'm an industrial designer from a co-founder of Bernhard Burkard Industrial Design based in Schaffhausen in Switzerland on the northern border close to Germany. We are industrial designer and we are basically focusing on medical devices, consumer electronics, industrial products and transportation design. So I'd like to show you some products we did. So the field is quite wide, and this is also what I really love about my job. So I can dive into really different topics and focus on designing these items. Basically, we have more or less two kinds of clients and tasks to fulfill. Either the client asks us to develop new ideas, new designs for their portfolio. And the other one is if the client already has like a rough idea of what the product should be. So oftentimes they developing their own technology and ask us to design the product and to address it to the user. And as Sebastian later on probably, I think, gonna speak about more what design-driven innovation means, I will focus a bit more on the second part. So if technology is developed by the customer or already here some common ways like this digital transformation we are doing now. So how can we bring this technology to the user? So we have basically we have two sides. So on the one side you have the technology, on the other side the user. I'd like to start first with a short look at the art project, and this is from Olafur Eliasson in 2003. It's the weather project in the Modern Tate Gallery in London. And what he actually did, he placed this big sphere, or it's actually only a hemisphere and a mirrored roof into this big hall, and there was not that much else there. It was like more or less an empty wall. There were some sounds, there is some fog, but basically the main element is this golden sphere on top of it. And this light is quite unique as there is a monochromic light. So all the colors are not visible at that point in this light. And what I think for me or for us as a job is really interesting is actually the reaction of the people. So if you have a look at this big hall in the Modern Tate Gallery, you see people are acting and reacting to this surrounding really differently. So there are some they're lying on the ground, others are walking around. There were some singing there were some dancing. That some of the people felt like it was like a summer day, a warm summer day. Others, for them, was like the last day on Earth. So they've been dancing and it's almost like a doomsday. And this, I think, is really interesting and really important to know when we speak about implementing technology to the user. So on one side, we have these technology-driven innovations, these technology pushes. We have new possibilities. There's other ways for workflow. Somehow it sounds like it's better, it's new, now you can. On the other side, you have the user and they have like a human reaction. So the understanding of new technology is not always here at the first point. They more ask, what does that mean to me? Do I really need this kind of technology? I would like to solve my problem. So there is a gap in between. And the technology itself, we know that from history, not always guarantees success as itself. And there are reasons why not. So for example, we have here this Apple Newton from 1993, the first tablet computer, and it was not a successful Apple product. And there are excuses and expression if you ask, the users didn't like it. Maybe it was ahead of its time, the time was not ready, or just people don't accept it. So there are many examples of technology-driven innovation which actually did not find their ways to the user, to the customer. And therefore, I'd like to speak about the meaning in between the technology and the user. I think that every product we're using, it doesn't matter if it's already here, if it's a new one, is a digital or a physical product, every product has always a meaning for the user. And the meaning itself is, in my eyes, as powerful as the technology itself as well. So this term is actually from Roberto Verganti, an Italian innovation guy, and he wrote a book about this design-driven innovation through the design of these meanings, the meaning of a product. And to explain that a bit more, I use a really simple example, and these are candles, for instance. So candles is basically a technology. We can control a flame somehow with the wax, and this flame provides us with some sort of light. So we had these products in the old days with a mirror on the wall, so it doubles the light actually, so it doubles the light in the room. There are all these handles for candle where you can light up maybe in the night when you get up and you need to find your way to the bathroom. You light up these and take it with you. So it provides the technology of candles. It provides at least a little bit of light in the dark. Now we could expect that the invention of the light bulb must have been a disruptive technology for candles, right? So there is absolutely no need for candles to provide light anymore. We have light everywhere. We have electric light anytime we like to have it. But in fact, what's happening is that the shift of the meaning is like the candles became another meaning for the people. So today we can say that people spend way more money on candles than on light bulbs. And this means it became another meaning. So today we say, okay, nice candlelight, it's a candlelight dinner, it's maybe romantic, nice atmosphere, it makes me feel good. It's some sort of a peaceful, relaxed atmosphere. So the candle itself became another meaning for the customer, for the user. So if I go back here, we have on one side the technology, on the other side the user, and in between the meanings, or each user gives a technology or a product a meaning. And now the term of meaning is a bit problematic, because I think every person, every user sees a bit different things in their meaning. So it's really personal, it's really individual. And furthermore, the meanings are in constant change. So as I said, light candles in the old days, it helps you to see in the dark. Nowadays, it's completely a different meaning. So actually, if we put that a bit closer, we say the technology is how can we solve a problem? How can we provide a good? The meaning is more the why, or what's happening for the user. And we are in our studio, we are really interested in the fact on how can we design this meaning? How can we try to make product with a meaning for the user? And as I said before, as the meaning is really personal and individual, it's really difficult to say, okay, you have to start here and then in the end you design the meaning for the people, for the product. This doesn't really work. But I still want to give you some examples the way we do it, at least, and maybe we can adapt these as well for your products. So what we do is basically a normal design process, but we try always to connect the new technology, the new products with already known situations. So we try to find super iconic, simple pictures, maybe based on some sort of common sense, and transfer the new technology and the new situation in the product in these settings. And I'd like to show you some examples we did. They are like physical products, but on the top there is this little Ballo speaker we made. It was maybe the most successful product we ever did. It's super low tech. There's not even a switch on it. There's no stereo. It's a mono speaker for iPhones, but it somehow worked really well in this ball shaped, in this, there's no flat surface, there's no stand. So it indicates a bit that playing mode. It was for outdoor, so it shows that you can bring it outside, you use it in the park. Furthermore, we used a bit the picture of this microphone, which connects it to music by the materialization. Also, the second product is a little table fan. We use this diagonal axis to actually move it around, and it reminds a bit on a globe or maybe on a coin here. So there are pictures that people already know to connect the new technology or the new product. I think already Apple did the same with introducing the smartphone, and everyone today says a smartphone was a big technology step, and it was in terms of a system thinking, like we have in the App Store. But in terms of physical product, it's an incremental design evolution. It really wasn't that new. It really based on what was here before with the iPod. So that's also the reason I think the discussion of the home button is so important for them. So, and there is this expression by Raymond Loewy, Maya, most advanced yet acceptable. So people learn step by step, and we need to guide them, and we need to build on the knowledge they already have. Now, as a last example, I just took it because yes, everyone is now in Zoom and does online meetings all the time, and I think it's also really nice to see. So if I would have a meeting with this person here on a table, meeting 1-to-1, or maybe 1-to-3 or 1-to-2, I think there's absolutely no problem have that online. Yes, there's no big difference in terms of the setting and on how I know a meeting like that would work. If we're doing a workshop with 9 people online, so we have this setting like this, or maybe if I would see your cameras and have it even bigger on Zoom, it's a complete different setting in terms if I see these people in real life, it will look like this. And this situation is not really known, and it don't makes me feel very comfortable at all. This is a frontal situation, and I think, and maybe I'm really curious about this, the talk of Slava later on, speaking about online meetings. I think the situation doesn't really help to work creatively on a workshop. So we need to be aware wherever we implement new technology, what is actually the picture or the meaning for people. And if we scale a bit more, and we add even more person like this, then I know this situation quite well. This is the speech situation. So someone is on stage and speaking, but this is not the same situation as we had before, where a workshop, where interaction is more important. So in a nutshell, I try to tell you to focus on the meaning of the products for the people, for the user. And especially, we always try to do that with pictures. We always try to find common sense knowledge that we can base on, and then find hopefully good products to introduce new technology. Thank you very much.